What the fuck? Oh my god, guys. Welcome back to another iOS at Work video. In this video, we're gonna be talking about this Apple event that was held yesterday. It was called Spring Forward, and a lot got announced. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about the important things that you guys need to know about what happened at this event. I'm gonna start with a few quick round mini announcements that happened at this event. Number one, the iPhone 12 will be shipping in a purple color for the very first time. If you love purple and you want to upgrade to a new iPhone, this is the route to go. If you use Apple Card in the United States, you will now be able to share your Apple Card credit score with your family. This will be available to families that have family sharing enabled, and kids who want to get in on this have to be 13 years old or older. Lastly, if you do use podcasts and you want to support your favorite podcasts, some podcasts in May will now be able to add a subscription paid tier to their podcast so you can pay for additional content. Now let's get into the four major products that Apple announced today. We have an Apple TV 4K, we have a new product line called AirTags, we have a brand new iPad Pro, and a redesigned iMac. So let's talk about what's new with the Apple TV 4K. With the actual TV box itself, the really big difference now is that it'll be shipping with a faster chip than the one that is in it currently. This will be upgrading to the A12 Bionic chip. This will be plenty fast if you play games on your Apple TV or do anything that's a bit more hardcore than just watching TV in movies. However, the bigger thing that happened was an all-new Siri remote. So it has a brand new aluminum design that's a bit reminiscent of the previous remote that Apple shipped with their Apple TVs. It has now a dedicated power button, so you can power on your TV. The Siri button has been relocated to the side. The trackpad has now been made a combination of both a trackpad and actual arrow buttons, and many more announcements about this remote. If you do want to buy this Apple TV 4K in Canada, it will start you at $250, or if you do live in the United States, it will cost you $180. If you want to buy the Apple TV remote separately, it will cost you $69 Canadian and I believe $60 in the United States. The Apple TV 4K will be available to pre-order, I think, either the 30th or the 27th of April, and will be shipping to consumers in mid-May. Next, let's talk about a brand new product line that Apple announced today, AirTags. Alright, so if you've never heard of Tile, this is what Tile looks like. Tile is as you saw, a square that can latch onto things, and using the Tile app, you can track those things. So for example, if I put this Tile tracker in my wallet or on my bike, I could track where my bike or my wallet are going. And Apple has made now a competitor to Tile. They will cost you about $30 American or $40 Canadian. The AirTags are about the same size as this Tile tracker, but will have a few unique features that benefit the Apple ecosystem. It has a special chip inside of it called the U1 chip. The U1 chip will have a special feature called precise location for these phones right here. What that allows it to do, using the sensors in those iPhones, it allows it to see the precise location with the phone in proximity to the tag. So it'll show a pop-up on your screen about what direction it's in. It's very, very interesting to see. Now, to go along with AirTags, Apple has released a bunch of accessories, and these accessories will cost you around $35 to $40 for each of them. And if you want to show off how rich you are, they have partnered up with this company right here. I can't pronounce it. And they are making $400 keychain accessories. That's AirTags. This, along with the purple iPhone, will be available to pre-order this Friday and will be able to be ordered on the 30th of April. But now, let's talk about the two big things that came out of this Apple event. This is what you waited for. This is what you saw in that thumbnail. The iPad Pro and the iMac. Let's start with the iPad Pro. The iPad has become, in the last few years, a crazy powerful machine to the extent that it can replace a computer. And for me, in many ways, it has. But this iPad Pro is gonna get so much faster and so much more capable than the previous generation. First of all, the brand new iPad Pro is running a chip called the M1 chip, and this is the chip that is powering all of the new MacBooks and iMacs, which makes this thing crazy fast. I'm not gonna give you the specifications. If I feel like it, they'll be right here, but these specifications are crazy fast, and anyone who's a video editor, a photo editor, someone who does like 3D modeling will see crazy benefits from this chip. Because of the M1 chip, the iPad Pro will also be gaining the Thunderbolt connector, which allows for higher transfer speeds between external devices. The iPad Pro will also be gaining a selfie ultra-wide camera, just like the iPhone 11 series and the 12 series. Now, what's so special about having this lens on your iPad Pro? It's coming with a brand new feature called Center Stage. Now, what this means is the iPad will be able to track where you are along the camera. And what that allows it to do is for the camera to move where the other person is seeing you. So, for example, let's say you're in the kitchen and you're making a sandwich and talking with your friends. And let's say you move to the right side to wash your hands, but normally you wouldn't be in view. But now, because of this ultra-wide lens and Center Stage, the camera will be able to shift and move in your direction. And this will be able to work with multiple people on the camera at the same time. The Magic Keyboard, which is Apple's expensive keyboard for the iPad Pro, is also now coming in a gorgeous white color. And as well, the iPad Pro is now coming in a higher storage configuration, which is 2 terabytes of storage. Now, the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which is the larger of the two iPad Pros, is getting a major display upgrade. Apple is calling it Liquid Retina XDR. All that the Liquid Retina XDR display means is that it's using a new technology called Mini LED. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is Mini LED? Well, think about it this way. On a screen, you have a bunch of pixels that are all backlit by LEDs. Now, imagine that you're making these pixels smaller, and now because it's smaller, you can have more LEDs inside. Now, that's essentially what Mini LED is doing, and that means that it can get much brighter, and B, it will allow for much more targeted backlighting if you care about that. If you want to purchase this brand new iPad Pro in America, it'll cost you around $800 or $1,100 depending on the size variation. And in Canada, it will be $1,000 for the 11-inch and $1,400 for the 12.9-inch. Now, last but not least, let's talk about this iMac. So first, you're gonna see right now an image of what the old iMac looks like, and here's an image of what the brand new iMac looks like. Yeah, that's a huge difference. So the iMac is now squared off. It has a much thinner profile. It has a expanded 24-inch display, which is 4.5K resolution, so it'll likely be better than some of the TVs in your house. It will have a much better speaker and mic system for Zoom calls, as well as a 1080p webcam. This is huge for Zoom or Microsoft Team calls, as most Macs run a 720p camera inside. This is a great and welcome upgrade to the camera system. Additionally, the iPad on the back will now have 2 Thunderbolt ports, and for if you pay up, 2 additional USB-C ports on the back. As well, the power cord that will go into your iMac is now magnetic, and on the other end, where you would normally just plug it in, the iMac will now have an Ethernet port in there. So if you wanted to plug Ethernet in, that is now how you do it. It's a little less cluttered on the iMac itself. It comes in all of these colors: blue, green, pink, purple, gray, orange, and yellow. So if you like any of these colors, happy you. And it's accompanied by a bunch of brand new Mac accessories that complement these colors. Now, these are the new accessories, with the only major change being that the Magic Keyboard has a Touch ID sensor, and these new accessories will only be available on M1 compatible Macs. This iMac also has the M1 chip, like the iPad Pro. If you do want to purchase this brand new iMac, it'll cost you around $1,300 American at its base model, or if you're in Canada, it'll start at $1,600. Now, that was a lot of information to throw at you. Now, if you do want to read a little bit more about these products, I will leave a link in the description below to all of the announcements that were made yesterday. If you liked this video, subscribe, like, comment, and if you want to, turn on that notification bell so you will always be made aware when I upload. If you guys want me to cover the AirTags product, because it's quite cheap for me to review, leave me a comment down below, and if there's enough of you that want it, I will absolutely review it. If you're coming from the iPad Pros podcast, thank you guys so much for coming and stopping by. If you want to see my interview about me using an iPad every day as a student, a link will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching this channel, and have a great rest of whatever time of day you're having.